Америка прямо сейчас пытается поменять правила на рынке золота и криптовалют.
Who knows, maybe we'll pay off our $35 trillion, hand them a little crypto check, right? We'll hand them a little Bitcoin and wipe out our $35 trillion.
But how do you want it to be more prominent in America? How will that work?
Hello everyone, welcome again to the channel. Thank you so much for watching my videos and welcome in today's episode. Now, before we go ahead, make sure to hit the like, make sure to subscribe. It really helps spread the word about Casper to as many people as possible. Now today, I was trying to make sense of whatever that is happening in the crypto industry. And I came to realize that most of the time, the things that we're trying to find, the information that we're trying to find is always hidden in plain sight. Now I'll give you one example. We have this guy famously known as Pablo Escobar. He was a wanted criminal in the United States. But how did this guy end up taking a family picture in front of the White House? Now forget about Pablo for a minute and let's talk about crypto. Now before Donald Trump became president, there are some statements that he made concerning crypto. He said he thinks that crypto has got a big future and maybe will pay off the 35 trillion US dollars in debt in crypto.
Who knows, maybe we'll pay off our $35 trillion, hand them a little crypto check, right? We'll hand them a little Bitcoin and wipe out our $35 trillion.
But how do you want it to be more prominent in America? How will that work?
Oh, it's going to work easily. It's already prominent. It's moving along. It's very loosely regulated. That's one of the reasons it's moving along. But it is a different form of a currency, and it's going to end up benefiting the country. But if we shut it down, like, Biden's trying to shut it down, Biden doesn't have the intellect to shut it down. Massive thing already. Did you read where it's bigger than any company in the world already? I mean, if you look at the market, it's bigger than many countries. It's a very big thing. If we're not going to be the leader, we have the people that are the leaders. I know some of them. They're very smart. And if we don't embrace it, other countries are going to embrace it. Other countries will anyway. But we can be the leader, and we might as well be the leader.
And he did not say this once. He said it in several interviews.
Maybe we'll pay off the $35 trillion in crypto. I'll write out a little piece of paper, 35 trillion crypto. We have no debt. Right? That's what I like, right? He likes that idea too. He's laughing. Yes. Did you have one? Yes.
Now, a few months ago, Putin's advisor comes out and says the US is now trying to rewrite the rules of gold and cryptocurrency markets. Remember the size of their debt, $35 trillion. These two sectors, crypto and gold, are essential alternatives to the traditional global currency system. Washington's actions in this area clearly highlight one of its main goals to urgently address the declining trust in the dollar. As in the 1930s and the 1970s, the US plans to solve its financial problems at the world's expense, this time pushing everyone into the crypto cloud.
Америка прямо сейчас пытается поменять правила на рынке золота и криптовалют. Вспомните, какой у них долг. 35 триллионов долларов. В общем-то, это два альтернативных валютному сегменту мировых рынка. Действия Вашингтона в этом направлении отчетливо демонстрируют одну из главных американских задач. Они очень хотят решить проблему снижения доверия к доллару. США, как это было и в 30-е, и в 70-е годы, будут решать свои финансовые проблемы за счет всего мира, загоняя всех куда? В криптовалютное облако. Со временем, когда часть госдолга США будет размещена в стейблкоинах, США обесценит этот долг. Еще раз простыми словами, у них сейчас валютный 35-триллионный долг, они его загоняют в крипту, в облако, обесценивают и начинают с нуля. Это для тех, кто очень любит заниматься криптой.
So what they're simply saying is that the United States is trying to devalue its national debt by using crypto, especially stablecoins. When you think back Donald Trump said the same thing. Maybe we'll use crypto in order to pay off our 35 trillion US dollars in debt. So right now, the national debt is at 37 trillion US dollars. Now, how is this going to happen? How is the United States going to pull this off? So I read one of the posts from Sneaky Holdings that gave me a different perspective on how the United States could use crypto in order to devalue this 37 trillion US dollars in debt. He said it is important to understand the difference between inflation versus devaluation of the dollar. In the past, devaluation has been accomplished by pegging the dollar against gold or foreign policy. Now, when we take a look at what Russia is accusing the United States of doing, they think the United States is going to put all of its debt into the crypto cloud. Now, the thing is, they are only half correct. They think that the United States is going to print money out of thin air, but what the United States is going to do is way more than that. Every USDT or stablecoin must be backed by real dollars. When you give Tether $1, they don't put it in their pocket. They buy US treasuries. Now this creates a perpetual demand for the US debt. And that is why this Trump administration that is pro-crypto is trying to push for crypto regulation. This is what they want. The more stablecoins grow, the faster the debt is raised. If you need $1 billion in Tether, you'll need $1 billion in cash. So $3 trillion that has been sitting in the US reserves is now ready to come out. But when you listen carefully about what Donald Trump said about paying off the national debt using Bitcoin, he said something like, maybe you can hand them over a few Bitcoins and then that clears the debt. So for that to happen, the price of these cryptocurrencies has to be way, way higher. In my opinion, if you're going to use Bitcoin for that, I think you need Bitcoin to be very, very expensive. I think for that to be done, Bitcoin price needs to be above $1 million. Now, if you remember what happened on October 10th, 2025, 19 billion was wiped out of the markets in just 24 hours. Some people say that Donald Trump caused it, but what if it was part of the plan? Now, if you remember again what Putin's advisor said about what the United States is trying to do with crypto, when you put these little pieces together, you know exactly that there is a big, big plan that is going on behind the scenes. Now, for the people that think crypto is dead due to the recent market events, you have to understand that all these governments already know exactly that crypto is here to stay. And as Donald Trump said, if the United States doesn't embrace it, other countries will do. And whoever that is going to embrace and dominate this industry is going to be more powerful. That is why you can see Russia being very, very concerned. If this was just a fake plan, if this was just a bad plan, you wouldn't see Putin's advisor come out and say that this is really concerning. Because when you look at the way he's talking about this plan, he seems really, really concerned. Everything is now moving digital, and adoption is coming into the crypto industry. And if the United States dominate this industry, then it's going to dominate the whole world. And this is not going to be good for other nations that are still lagging behind when it comes to crypto adoption. And this puts cryptocurrencies like Casper in a good position. We've seen that when everything starts to come on chain, most of these networks that you call very established, for example, Ethereum, Solana, BNB, XRP, all of these networks have history of crashing. And the real adoption hasn't even started yet. Now, just imagine everything comes on chain and we have a lot of activity on chain and we need a very strong and reliable network. There's going to be only a few networks that are going to handle such kind of volume. And I think Kaspa is going to stand out. And what I think is that is when people are going to want Casper more than ever. So as I said in the beginning of this video, the truth is always hidden in plain sight. It's up to you to pay attention. Right now, the narrative is privacy because people need privacy. But ask yourself, what is going to happen when everything comes on chain, when tokenization of real world assets start to happen? All these big institutions want to tokenize everything. They want to tokenize real-world asset, energy markets. Everything is going to be coming on chain. And what I said is that we've seen proof of these other networks that call themselves established fall apart when just a fraction of adoption comes on chain. And when people start to understand that there is a proof of work network just like Bitcoin, but which can scale and is more reliable than these other networks, that's when you're going to see real adoption come on Casper. So let me know what you think in the comment section down below. If you like this video, make sure to hit like, make sure to subscribe, and see you in the next episode.